Welcome to ExoNews, your source for news that's out of this world. I'm 𝗏𝗂𝗍𝗆. Today's story, a duck on Mars. Another photo from the Mars Curiosity rover shows what clearly appears to be a duck. The duck seems to be walking and behaving normally. If the atmosphere of Mars has only trace elements of oxygen, as NASA claims, then it would be impossible for the duck to be walking the surface of Mars without being in extreme distress.
What's up, YouTube? It's Richie from Boston, and indeed, there is a duck on Mars. But you know what's not on Mars? There's definitely not a rover on Mars. I could sit here and make videos that were infinitely long because there's so much evidence stacked up against all of this nonsensical ridiculousness. Much like the satellites, much like the moon landings, much like the degenerating flags that are on the moon. Everything NASA says, they do doublespeak. They say one thing and then they just switch it up and say something else. We've seen, I don't even know how many pieces of evidence that show that NASA is lying, NASA is cajoling, NASA is tricking us. And then they give us people like this that are in charge of the projects that look just like guys from the 50s. I don't even know. How about that? I just got stuck in my own ridiculousness for a moment there. This is totally ridiculous, and just when you think NASA is all out of stupidity to spread all over the masses, there's always more. It never seems to end. These guys are absolutely ridiculous, cajoling people into believing that we're going to colonize Mars. We're going to just simply bypass the moon. We went there 6 times, but we're never going to go back ever again because instead we're simply going straight to Mars because Mars seems like the perfect place to live. There's no vegetation, there's no water, trace amounts don't count. There's no air, there's no anything up there. The atmosphere is literally and actually poison. But NASA keeps pushing this and pushing this and pushing this, and just when you think it can't possibly in any way at all get any more ridiculous, this occurs. Screw it. We're going to Pluto. I mean, just how ridiculous is this? I mean, seriously. They show us this Mars rover that they're running remote control that seems to know how to run endlessly. It has a never-ending battery. Well, that's because of the solar panels. Well, who cleans off the solar panels? And how can Mars, through their incredibly poisonous, dense, thick atmosphere, even get enough rays to continue to push this thing forward with solar radiation? It can't. Because it's all a lie. And all the NASA trolls that are going to come rushing over here explaining or regurgitating what they heard from NASA scientists is going to be unbelievable. But right now, a whopping 22 proposed space exploration projects are being funded by NASA, and they're all wildly advanced and super rad. As part of an innovative advanced concept program, NASA regularly considers ideas pitched by American innovators. And guess what? NASA is on the drawing board and Pluto is up there. I mean, are you... It's so hard not to swear. It really is because the ridiculousness, the word ridiculous doesn't even cover it. I really need a better expletive than that. But apparently now going to the planet or not planet Pluto is absolutely a reality. Here we go. So we're going to go to Mars. We're going to all live there. And then we're going to jump from Mars to Pluto real quick and screw it. Maybe we'll set up a few McDonald's on the rings of Saturn. It doesn't matter how ridiculous it sounds. What scares me the most is the amount of people that you would consider smart that believe this and think things like chemtrails aren't real. It's a scary time we live in. Sometimes I wonder if we did go into a different dimension because this place we live in right now is not where I grew up. It's not where 10 years ago, it wasn't even the same. It is amazing how bad everything has gotten, how quickly. And let me tell you what, now that the bombs have started falling again, it's going to get 10 times worse. And it's going to happen in a blink of an eye. We were warned, but people aren't listening. We're living in a world of self-gratification. Everybody wants to be something that they're not. And all people focus on is just themselves and material possessions. And that's exactly the opposite of what we're supposed to be as a species. And that's all there is to it. These are all real pictures. I mean, really? And if you were to say something to something like this, you would be the offender. How crazy is this planet? How ridiculous is this is allowed? It's not even only allowed, it's encouraged and pushed upon the masses. And more importantly, it's pushed upon the children. Parents let their kids go to school every day to learn incorrect information, and they at the same time. So people are giving birth to other human beings and instantly poisoning them directly out of the womb. And then they continue for another 18 years to totally dismantle this human's opportunity to live the way we were designed to in the first place. This is not our reality. This is not real. It can't be. It cannot be. But this is where we're sitting right now. Anybody with any ideas on how we get out of this other than CERN? Let me know. Richie from Boston. We're screwed. And screwed's not even a good enough word. I might start swearing. I won't. I'm just kidding. At any rate, I'm out.